All right, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Senpai Kouhai pod. I'm never gonna get that right.
you
It is
you mess it up
goofy.
every time.
It's the
Every
way the
time.
vowels go. The vowels they're all so different. The
You were
Senpai
trying to call it
Kouhai
the podcast.
podcast. I'm Trey. I'm joined by my co-host Steven. What's going on, Steven? Good evening. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. It's hilarious watching you flounder your way through that intro.
I need to I'm gonna practice it every time I wake up. I'm just gonna say Senpai Kouhai podcast. But like it doesn't even roll off the tongue. Senpai Kouhai podcast. It's
You know
rough.
what the funny thing is actually like I feel like the Senpai Kouhai podcast definitely fits a little bit better in terms of like a general theme versus our Country Fried Otaku that we originally started with. And I'm definitely like latching onto it.
Absolutely. No, it fits better. The Country Fried Otaku, that could have been more of a cooking show. It could have just been an offshoot of Food Wars. But it could have just been like maybe a Colonel Sanders integration, maybe. That'd have been neat.
It definitely gives you a little bit of a tongue twister vibe and things like that. So
Absolutely. Speaking of Colonel Sanders, did you play the visual novel from Colonel Sanders?
No, all of you have asked me this question. Like everyone I know has asked me this question because like I love visual novels.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely have quite a few under my belt. But no, I did not play the Colonel Sanders visual novel. Nor did I play the pigeon one or the bird visual novel.
Hatoful Boyfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that one either. Primarily because I have a very limited amount of time, so I have to devote myself to visual novels that are worth my time, like Danganronpa and
Oh, come on. Danganronpa. Oh, come on.
it's
Really?
great. What are you talking about? Why are you talking shit about Danganronpa?
I would rather do the pigeon one over Danganronpa.
Why?
Because
I
at
want to
least
know
it's
the
going somewhere
issue.
quickly. And it's like a pigeon or birds. Birds are pretty cool, other than like insane bears and weird jump scares. I don't know. But I had such a weird time with Danganronpa.
So you're telling me in this discussion that Pigeon Boyfriends is not as bad as weird bears and jump scares?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm standing with that.
Why don't you play like a real visual novel like Steins Gate or Clannad so you can cry for hours on end?
Well, that's the thing though, because pigeons wouldn't hurt me. Pigeon boyfriends don't make you cry. They don't
So
make
you
you
need a middle of
question
the
life.
road. You need like a softball kind of visual novel.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually finished a visual novel. I've actually started. Now that I think about it,
No,
no,
you
that's
have.
not.
You have.
Oh no, which ones? Are you about to call me out
I'm
on
about to call
Steam?
you out because you actually let me borrow this shit.
Oh,
You finished this bad
I
boy.
did. I did finish AI Insomnium Files.
Which,
That's still, yeah, that was
yeah.
really good.
And a sequel was just announced.
Really?
Absolutely, yes. A sequel was just announced to that series.
That's exciting. God, that was so good.
Yeah.
And I didn't even get all the routes. So like I should have played it and got another one, but I was good. I had to get on to other things, but man, that was fun.
Ah, man. Yeah, I remember you telling me about it quite a bit whenever we first started the podcast and how highly you talked about it. And I even took it from you for that matter. Like I have it here in my hand.
I remember you broke open my door and you were like, "Where's the weeb shit?" And I was like, "How'd you get in my house?" And you punched me and took it. And I was like, "Wow, oh my god, where's all my hentai?"
You get that? Hey, whoa. Let's not even get there, boy, because guess what? I got a new figure today and it is not safe for work.
Oh, gee, what is that?
This is the baseball one I sent you the picture of.
Oh,
I actually
that
got it in the
just
mail
came
today.
in. You ordered that so long ago.
Well, I mean, with COVID and everything, it tends to happen. But literally, look at the illustration of that bad boy.
Yeah, you can't have that nowhere.
It
That's
has to
good
be in
shit.
a very specific corner of the house.
Yeah, no, in the bathroom, right over the toilet.
No, I that's a little bit of a stretch.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
No,
what the
no, no,
never
no,
mind.
no.
Disregard.
This is a tasteful expression of
Ah,
eroticism, and it should properly be placed within a case, somewhere where no one can see it.
Oh, okay, okay. Good
I,
deal.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not that level of otaku yet. Like, I haven't got to the point where it's like my weebness can be on full display, hentai, just lining the shelves.
No,
I'm not
no.
there yet. I've been learning a lot more about the internet lately because I am the senpai here, and I know about Twitter, I know about Instagram, I know about YouTube, but I haven't spent a lot of time on it.
Hmm.
And recently, I've been watching this channel by this guy named Gigook, I think his name. I'm gonna butcher the names of anything, but he's an anime uh, kind of YouTuber, and I like a lot of his content. Some of the stuff he does, I'm like, oof, a little cringy, but that's more because when you're a YouTuber, you kind of have to do some pretty outlandish things to get attention.
Yeah,
You agree?
yeah.
Huh,
You got
and
to stand out.
I'm not kind of picking at him or anything like that. But I like a lot of the content that he does for the most part. And but they are definitely like anime fans that have no problem wearing that weeb badge on their arms. I
Yeah.
like do you know what Itasha is?
Eat the, oh, the cars, right? That's
Yeah,
the
the
cars.
cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are decked out in the full decals of anime girls, but there's even some that like have hentai stuff. Have you seen the picture of the one where like the guy's like pumping gas and it's basically like a hentai picture and the gas tank, like the place where you actually put
Oh no.
the
Oh
gas pump
God.
is
Yeah.
questionable.
Right. No, I haven't seen that.
Oh boy, I will send you some photos later because that's what we do.
So I was at a training event for my job for a bit, and there was a guy there who had one of his pieces of equipment just had a bunch of waifu stickers on them, and I mean they were some lewd stickers. And so I was like, hey, I pulled them off to the side. I was like, those are cool and all. I get it. But you got to take that off here in the professional environment. You can't have that here. That's you can't put that out. That's for the personal life, not out here in the business.
like like
Because
totally
they were,
it's a shot a freaking like piece of equipment.
yeah, that's what it was. It was it was it's like God. And I was like, come on, man, you can't do that. this
You
is
gotta
this is
admire the
company property.
boldness. You gotta admire the boldness.
Yeah, God,
Like, I want those kind of cojones.
I couldn't fit those in my shorts. It's just they got to be swollen.
Like I just feel like the thing is I've never really turned away from that side of the fandom. Honestly, I really haven't. I've never had a problem with it. I'm definitely not a fan of all genres of it, mind you.
Hmm.
Um, but I've never had a problem with that side of the fandom, and I gotta admire a certain degree of the boldness of more modern fans and things like that. I think it's more readily acceptable uh, in the community for that sort of thing. Like, I see, I'm still an older anime fan, and you have to understand when I was coming up with anime, like you had nobody separated any of that stuff. Like, so for example, like if you went to Suncoast Video and you were looking in the anime section, or I guess animated section at
Hmm.
the time, because there was no designation of specifically between Japanese anime or anything like that. Because of that, you would also have things like hentai and etchy series, kind of merchandise with the regular stuff. So next to Trigun and then um, Final Fantasy's OVA and things like that, you have something like Dragon Knight. You're like, Dragon Knight sounds awesome. No,
Yeah,
that's
I like that.
yeah, no, that was not an okay for
Oh,
everyone show.
oh no.
Like he literally like went out to rescue princesses and then like banged them. Yeah,
Ooh.
absolutely. Like no, like this is old school OVA, and it wasn't straight up hentai. It alluded to a lot, had some titties in there, that sort of thing. Well, it's something we would equate to like Queen's Blade or basic etchy shows these days. But it was very lewd back in the day. But on the same vein, they had things like what is it, Can Can Bunny, which is actual hentai
That
on
sounds like
VHS.
it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you had everything from like straight up hentai to the etchy to actual series that have great stories and animation. You like that's the thing. Like I remember specifically going to Suncoast video and seeing Can Bunny and then Cowboy Bebop right next to each other. And there was no checking IDs. I could have walked up to the counter with Can Bunny and bought hentai that day, and I would never know because the boxes never really showed it. It wasn't like there was tits on the front or tits on the back. It was just like, hey, this is anime. There might be a little thing in the corner that says for adults only, but for the most part, they were all in the same zone. They were the same price and merchandise the same way. So, yeah, like you were gambling back in the day if you just chose something. So it's always interesting to me because like it was also during that period of time when people would, a lot of parents and a lot of groups were saying, "Oh, all anime is hentai. Like all anime is porn. Like, so we should make sure this doesn't make it to our shores. We don't want it out in the public. We don't want kids to get a hold of this because at that time, all cartoons were kids things. I mean, even Batman the Animated Series, we've talked about it quite a bit. It's actually a fairly mature take on cartoons with ear quotations here, because, but the thing is that was definitely still during the period where everybody was like, cover their ears, cover their eyes, let's protect them from all these things. And nowadays, that's not the case. Absolutely not the case. I mean, was it the Agehao like T-shirts and hoodies? Have you seen?
Oh yeah.
There's literally people around my town, the town you lived in before, that wear that. They came into the store that I work at, and I was like, right on. I wouldn't do that, but cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's so weird to experience fandom at the different stages as it progressed, because it's still very puritanical when I started, and it's just progressed to this point where it's like everything is free, like everything is open, and I think that's wild. Like what's your take on it? Like, I'm sorry, I've been talking for a while, so let's let you get in.
No, it's cool. I remember in high school getting like kind of deeper into anime and seeing some of this other wilder stuff and thinking like, oh man, this must be for like kind of the older people in anime, or like the more matured people that have been doing it longer. And then like seeing some more of the I don't know how you say it, a hagyo.
It's Agehao, so
Yeah.
Agehao.
But it's pretty much that hentai face. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, I always kind of equate it to like orgasm face, but like kind of blown up to a ridiculous degree.
Yeah. And so I don't know, seeing that everywhere, and just like, if it just kind of made me uncomfortable at first, but then people are wearing it and it's on stickers everywhere. And it's just, I guess you have to be okay with it, because now that if you're into anime, you get all kinds of marketing and whatnot. And so I don't know, it's kind of an adaptation you kind of have to accept, because you're going to get it. I mean, unless you turn off all your ads and whatever, and you're just that against the man, the machine, the feds. But
the targeted ads.
Yeah, so you end up getting those. But like down here, or so I'm kind of in the Houston area, we have guys who do the Itasha cars. They're called Express Skins and Weebstop. I think it's two different companies, and they do a bunch of the decal work, and it's super cool seeing their stuff. And I had like targeted ads from them, or sponsored ads. Super cool stuff. I got stickers from them on my computer, just because I was like, damn, really cool shit. But I don't know. It's just neat thinking back. Like, I don't know if I'd want stickers or stuff like that, but now like I can appreciate the art, because I was just so weary and like, I don't know, I guess prude at first.
Mm-hmm.
But now here I am on the other side of the fence.
It's one of those things that, I showed you the figure from earlier, and it's definitely a lot more ecchi than I standardly do. I'm definitely not at the point where I would do full on what they call cast off figures, which are basically
like full
figures. Yeah,
oh.
But yeah, it's built from there's the company that I got this figure from. SkyTube is one of the many manufacturers of cast off figures and basically hentai figures. There's based on illustrations, based on actual hentai, that sort of thing. And the thing is, I don't have a problem with it. I actually I viewed hentai I have definitely some recommendations for hentai. Um, but I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing to experience the fandom as it is. Where's the line when we kind of accept that this pornographic side is a part of our fandom? Like, because for instance, like Gigook, the YouTube personality I was talking about earlier that I started watching and checking out.
Yeah.
Him and like two other guys. I think there's the Anime Man and there's
Anime Man.
like Sea Dog VA. They have a podcast called Trash Chase Podcast.
Yeah. Trash talk.
Yeah. Like it's great. I think it's a great show. I absolutely adore it. I love the ad. Like for me, one of the biggest things is like when I listen to shows, it's like there's a lot of gushing about a show, and then it's like let's be real. This isn't good. Like I think they kind of hit this kind of realistic like fan level of talk, but they also don't shy away from hentai. They actually literally have an entire hentai episode of their podcast, and that's the thing is like it's like when is okay for that fan transition to happen? I don't know, but I have no problem with hentai whatsoever.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely kind of getting more in the mainstream too with a lot of the popular animes. Like, what was it? Redo of Healer is probably the most prominent thing that's kind of crossing that border. High School of the Dead was really hot whenever it came out. A lot of people were gifting that, and it kind of made its rounds. And then, not to mention all the drama with the Interspecies Reviewer not long ago.
So that's wild to me, because Redo of Healer definitely deals with some darker subjects than Ishizoku reviewers, like Interspecies Reviewers.
Mm-hmm.
Interspecies Reviewer was very irreverent and kind of like very like fun, loving approach to a sexual topic, whereas Redo of Healer is kind of dark. Like I'm not saying it doesn't have its place. Like dark stories have existed for all time. As a matter of fact, when it comes to seinen, dark stories are their bread and butter. Berserk, we're talking Vagabond. We are talking things like the series that I just recently recommended into the Discord. God, what was it? I'm gonna look it up real quick because here it is. My Dearest Self with Malice Aforethought. That series.
That sounds rough.
It is amazing. So let me give you a basic rundown of this. And I cannot recommend this enough. It's only about like 58, 59 chapters right now. This kid who seems like a unassuming, basic, kind of loser college student, is the son of a serial killer, like a prolific serial killer. Like everyone knows their name, all the things they did. And he's grown up with that pain, but he's trying to live his life. And so he basically goes to a party one night with his college student friends and everything. And it shows him partying, and then he wakes up 3 days. He wakes up and he has a girlfriend, and she's in bed with him, and she's like half naked and like this amazing thing. And he's like, "Oh, this is great. That's awesome." But then somebody reveals like it's been 3 days since the end of that party. So there's 3 days of mystery for him that have disappeared. And he finds things, and this kind of like thing starts happening more often. He starts finding things like severed ears.
Whoa.
Yeah. A bag full of money. And he has these missing memories. And the art reminds me of things like Happiness. I don't know if you've ever heard of that series. Mm-hmm. It's a vampire series. It's very much like an visceral character study about vampires and their relationship and immortality and how they kind of, go together. It's a very short series. I recommend it to everybody. The author is fantastic. But it's that same art style, that same kind of vibe going on. And you start to wonder, like, okay, so he's the son of this serial killer. Is he committing serial killings too? Is it somebody trying to frame him? Does he have two personalities? What's happening? And the series is just absolutely balls to the wall, constantly like hitting you with that kind of stuff, and it is fantastic. I seriously need to get back into our Discord and be like, hey guys, I posted something You need to go read it.
This is you need to stop what you're reading now and read this.
Yeah, and so I don't know, like, and that's the thing is you have these like very like kind of like violent, sexual kind of like adult themed mangas. So I don't know. I think that kind of like brings everything around into the middle ground, so where you can easily blend hentai into it. Like hentai is straight up basically pornography to a certain degree, and some of it has stories. I'm not discounting that. Metamorphosis is always a classic reference. Have you heard
Yeah.
of it?
The what?
Even you know Metamorphosis, don't you?
Oh no, I thought you meant the metamorphosis of the story. No, I don't know what you're
Oh
talking about.
no! Oh, that's a. I'll send you a nuke code later.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh no!
Oh god.
But yeah, no, I think as you come up as a fan, there's a definite blend, and it kind of just becomes a part of the fandom. I admire younger people for embracing it, and honestly, just not being ashamed of it. Have I hit that point? Absolutely not. My dojins are still tightly hidden on my shelves, and I'll get there maybe one day, but not today.
Yeah, I keep mine on me at all times.
I've heard that. I've
You
heard
never
that.
know when you're going to need it.
You never know when you are going to need. You got to have holsters, like so you can be like blam blam hentai.
What'd you say to me?
That's NTR.
All right. So as a as a segue of sorts, speaking of crazy attacks, we're gonna get to my segment of or the new segment. We're gonna stop doing the anime openings.
Oh,
Uh,
that's a
so
shame.
we're gonna switch to anime attacks, and I want you to match which attack goes to which anime. And so I'm gonna list off this character's attack, and you're gonna guess it. And we're gonna start off with Serious Punch.
Serious punch.
That's it. Serious Punch.
Sounds like One Punch Man.
God damn, you're good.
Oh, really?
That's it. That's it. One Punch Man.
It sounds like something he would name it. Saitama would be like his special moves. He'd be like punch, serious punch, like
Fast Punch.
uppercut.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
So lackadaisical. This next one, Aura Aura Rush.
Aura Rush.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
So this anime is pretty crazy, off the hinges, bizarre even. I would say it's really bizarre.
That sounds like Baki.
No, it's JoJo's.
Oh God, damn
That's
it.
that's what the bizarre was. Next up is King Kong Gun.
That sounds like One Piece.
Damn, you're good. You're good. You got it. 1,000 Years of Pain.
1,000 Years of Pain. That sounds like Naruto.
It is. My hint was going to be this is normally distributed through the rectum.
Well, remember they had a character literally named Pain in the series.
Oh no, it's not his attack though. This is the one where Kakashi runs up to Naruto.
Oh, that's right. It's the butt invasion.
Yeah. The last one, Getsuga Tensho. This one's normally activated after a Bankai.
Oh, that's Bleach.
Bleach, yes sir. All right, man, you got four for five, or four for, I don't know how the baseball sayings go, but you got 4 out of 5. You got it. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Is that how it works?
I think so. You get tickets to the next game. That's all I know. Buy one, get one free, something like that.
Well, I have a game for you, good sir. I'm gonna list some series, and you have to guess the decade.
Okay, I can do that. I'm a good guesser.
You're a good guesser?
Normally.
Okay. So, I am going to listen to a title, and you are going to have to guess what decade it came out in.
So, are you doing these off your physical collection?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely off my physical collection.
Okay.
So the first one would be Martian successor Nadesico.
Can I see the cover or no?
Absolutely. 1 second.
Okay. Little does he know I'm going to be able to judge it. He stepped away to go grab him. But I'll be able to use the imagery to judge what decade it's from. Unless it's something like Arumikun. Or Welcome to Demon School Arumikun, which has like that kind of older 90s style, kind of anime style to it. So unless it psychs me out. But I doubt it. Although, Dragon Ball does look like it's from the 80s. Just some inner dialogue from Trea. Dragon Ball Z does look like the 90s, though, at some points. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, Dragon Ball Z, I think, was in the 80s. Dragon Ball GT was in the 90s. Just inner dialogue. Man, I'm going to have to fact check myself later. The only thing I know is Dragon Ball Super was 2000, baby. 2010s.
All right, here we go. This is definitely going to make it easier for you.
That's what I was just saying. Oh, this is 90s.
All right, let's see here. What's the answer? 1998.
Hell yeah.
All right. So the next one is,
worked.
let's see.
Ranma 1/2. This one's 80s. I'm gonna say 80s.
Let's see here. I don't have my glasses on, so my old ass can't see things very well. Yes, 1989.
Barely made it.
Ooh, you got close because that's the first season. The rest of the seasons were in the 90s. Okay.
One of those transitional ones.
Here we go.
What's this next one?
Amagi Brilliant Park.
Oh, 2000s.
I have this thing down here.
I'd even say 2010s. I'll zoom in.
No. We're gonna go with a. I've never opened this, by the way, so I'm gonna open it. So
we're getting I'm getting an unboxing.
You're
Amagi Brilliant Park. I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
So it has a loose connection to Full Metal Panic with the mascot character. With the Fumofu character shows up in this, and I think that's amazing. Let's see here. Let's see the actual.
Did y'all hear that crisp opening? That
was 2017. So your first one wrong.
Not really.
No, your first guess was 2000. You can't take that shit back.
But it's kind of right. 2017.
All right, let's try again. This is your next one. Darling in the Franxx.
2010s.
Of course it is. This is from 2000 and... Good Lord, my eyes are terrible.
I almost want to say 2013.
I think that's about right. I know it's after 2010.
God, you still need to watch that. It's so good.
I do need to watch it. Okay, so here's the next one. Like, we're really going to get some weird shit. Genshiken.
Genshiken? 90s. Genshiken.
Oh, Zan, it is 2000s.
2000? Wow.
Early 2000s, 2004.
They needed some more funding for that. That looked outdated.
Recovery of an MMO junkie.
2010s. Although I feel almost
it's like right on the line, brother. You got 2010.
Okay. Whew. Barely. That's not too bad.
That's not too bad. You only missed like what, 2 of them?
2, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, 2. 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you got 4 out of 6. So you were a 66% success rate.
That's not passing.
That's not passing in the American grading system.
Oh, I'll take it. If there's lower standards, D's get degrees. Like I said, I'll take it. So apart from that, I'll go ahead and segue us to the anime we're actually watching. So I was watching Sunday Without God. I think I talked about it a bit last time. Girl's a grave digger. She goes around the world.
Yeah.
I'm not watching it anymore. I'm quitting it. It's I, I don't know what to expect at this point. It started off so grim and dark, and that's what the gripper was for me. But these past 3 episodes, she has been in a school academy of a misfits of sorts where everyone has superpowers. Like this one girl can breathe underwater, and this other guy can eat rock and shit food or something. And this other I don't know. This other girl, her secret power is that she's blind. And so I don't understand. And I don't want to understand. That it's lost me. It's been like 3 episodes of them trying to escape the school so that she can go save the world. But I don't even know what she's saving it from. I don't think she knows what she's saving it from because God just only abandoned the world. There's not an evil. There's nothing established. I'm lost. They've been at a school for 3 of the 12 episodes. So I don't know. So I'm quitting it. I'm sure the manga's good for it. And I'm sure that actually elaborates a lot more. But I'm not digging it. But I'm still watching. If it's for my daughter, I'd fight a demon lord, and that's still okay so far. That it hasn't gotten bad. You're grimacing, and it makes me so
What
nervous.
episode are you on?
I'm on like 7 or 8, I think.
Okay, we're moving in the right direction. Yeah.
I can only go up.
I don't know what to say. Like I've looked into the original novel series and things like that. Yeah.
Once I'm done with it, I'm gonna look at that bunny drop and see what that is.
Oh, oh. Uh,
I don't want to look at it before I finish the show because if it's bad, I'm gonna quit.
the only reason Bunny Drop is bad is because of the last volume.
Oh, bunny drop is the manga?
Yeah, it's the manga of Bunny Drop. There's also an anime. The anime ends appropriately. The manga has some controversial ending.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. I I don't get those vibes from this show right now.
That's
Like
great.
there was a second where he like bathed his daughter, but it was like a quick bubble bath scene, but it wasn't like weird or inappropriate. Like because there have been scenes before in other animes where I get uncomfortable and I'm like, "Ooh, I'm not watching this." No, sir. And so like I'll turn it off and I'm done. I'll go cleanse myself and get an exorcism, and I can't handle it.
Those two things are very excessively different. Like a cleansing yourself and exorcism is completely different.
Very much the same. It's so one requires a bunch of herbal essence conditioner, and the other one just requires going to a church. It's but if you do it all on the same day, it's the same thing. But yeah, it just
Herbal
depends.
essences conditioner. Got it. Okay. I know if I need to get rid of any kind of like dirty on my body,
Mhm.
herbal essences conditioner is a way to go.
It
Just
is. It opens up all your pores, gets all the dirt out, and you're good. Anyway, so apart from that, I've actually started reading Shaman King because I am in
yeah.
so much excitement over the anime coming to Netflix in August. I just got one of the omnibuses of the first 3 volumes, and I'm loving it. Super funny. It is so much funnier than I thought it would be,
Oh yeah.
and it's cool. Like I missed out on it as a kid, but I felt like I would have liked it, or at
Yes.
least just the
Absolutely.
idea.
So if you like Naruto, if you like Hunter x Hunter, if you like Bleach, if you like One Piece, Shaman King was in that same zone
Yeah.
back in the day. Like I remember, so I remember early internet stuff. Like I went to the internet relay chat channels that you would go to find fan subs because it
Mhm.
wasn't like there was torrents or anything. You had to go to a specific place and get in with the people. And then you could get access to files because people would have to literally like issue you commands, DOS commands. That's how old we're talking. To send
Jeepers.
you a file, and that's how I got Shaman King. And it was fan subbed, and like I remember watching it. It was such an experience. So I have I have a handle that I go by. So I have Bonsai Bandit, of course. Bonsai Bandit is my main one.
Mm-hmm.
But I have another one that's called Roro, and that actually is basically it's inspired by a character on that show called Horo Horo. And Horo Horo is an ice-based character you have not met.
No.
Yeah. Think 90s extreme, like, awesome snowboarding dude, but he's also connected to the, like, cultural relevance of his land. So he has an ice sprite with him.
Okay.
I need you to know that everything you're going to read about this show, like everything in the manga you're going to experience, is just enjoyable.
Yeah.
It is so awesome. It is an experience on its own. And the characters you don't expect to be a part of it are very much a part of it. It's just, I can't recommend it enough. The hardest part, the crazy thing is it's so old, and people are finally like, let's do an actual anime for this. But in the same vein, they just now are releasing Higurashi no Naku Koro ni When They Cry.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you watch the original series, which I actually have on Blu-ray, some of the animation is, but the story, god damn, is that?
I've heard it's rough. I haven't watched it because I've been waiting on this one to get through. I have one of the first couple chapters, I think, on Steam, and I was like, nah, you know what? I'll just watch the anime when that comes out, because it's supposed to be like some really deep, sad shit.
Are you talking about like Higurashi, or are you talking about Umineko?
It's Higurashi When They Cry.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you actually have like the original like visual novel and all that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an intense experience. And that's the thing is like the newer anime is definitely much better animated, and I'm curious to see how they handle it from that point on. But it also excites me that things like Shaman King has gotten a reboot. I mean, Sailor Moon technically got a reboot with Sailor Moon Crystal.
Yeah, they just had a movie come out too.
Yeah, they're on Netflix, if I recall correctly.
Yes, sir.
They were rated really high. I think they were ranked like number 4 or something like that.
On most watched, yeah.
Yeah.
It got up there the day it dropped. Sailor Moon gets hyped whenever it happens.
Sailor Moon is legit, but and I understand. The Crystal version is beautiful and it is amazing in its own way, but I still have a deep-seated love for the original 90s version.
Yeah.
In all of its like cel-shaded weird face kind of vibe going on. Like she had the weird like kind of like jelly bean eyes.
Yeah.
Occasionally. And there was all these stories. I think there was one story in there where a guy was really good at UFO catchers. And so what
does that mean? How are you good at UFO catchers?
Okay, so this is an actual thing. There is a UFO catcher queen in Japan who is exceptionally good at capturing items at a UFO catcher. And she's known to like be able to manipulate it so she can get like 2 items at once and like all kinds of things. And we're talking like figures, iPods.
You mean like the claw machines?
Yeah, claw machine. Yeah, like I didn't know you didn't know that was a UFO catcher in Japan.
No, I thought you meant like spaceships. It's like, what does that even mean?
No, UFO catchers are claw machines in Japan. They have 2 claws that kind of come in the middle like that, and the whole thing is like depending on like how many coins have been put in the machine, kind of like slot machines. The tension of those arms is a different level, but this woman is so practiced at it. She's learned how to hook things with that claw. And she can get like all kinds of crazy stuff. I remember reading an article about her a while back, and that's wild. But there was a Sailor Moon episode, and this guy, backwards hat, glasses, totally an otaku cool guy type, and he basically had almost superhuman abilities to catch things in the UFO catcher, and of course Sailor Jupiter falls in love with him throughout the episode. And of course the demons are like, look, he has power, we must steal it. And so they send their minions after him and everything. Super heroic
Yeah.
magical girl hijinks ensue. But and I love those weird episodes that are like off like that. Like the original manga didn't have that. The original manga stuck to pretty much most of the main story beats. But the '90s version had these episodic, kind of weird, funny Scooby Doo-ish kind of themes and moments, and I think they're wonderful, and I wouldn't trade them for the world. And I'm sure Sailor Moon Crystal is fantastic, and I will watch it. I love the '90s version. I have all 5 seasons. All 5 seasons.
My wife was watching it for a bit, Sailor Moon. I think the old one, not Crystal. And I just caught a couple episodes with her, and I didn't realize how much of a bitch Sailor Moon was. Like, she was always crying about something. And just every time I saw her just whining and crying.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how's she supposed to save the world? But one thing I really appreciated was that all the sailors, or whatever, the Guardians, whatever they're called,
Yeah, Sailor Guardians.
Sailor Guardians, they're all relatively unique as characters. Like
Mm-hmm.
Sailor, well, whoever, there was the really loving, caring one. There was the scholar. There was the athletic girl. There was that. They're all felt different. And I
Sailor
was thinking about
Mercury,
it.
Sailor Jupiter, Sailor Venus, and Sailor Mars, and Sailor Moon.
Yeah, when I was watching it, I was like, wow, that's neat. They all felt different. But I was like, compared to Dragon Ball Z, I don't think there was really that much character difference in all that. They were all just big brutes. Because really, TN, his personality was having Chaozu, I think, and like Yamcha was just dying, and Krillin was his dependency. But like, they didn't have much apart from like small physical flaws that made them depend on the Saiyans. And I was like, that's cool that they had something like this for the girls, I guess.
Ah man, like come on, Dragon Ball Z like homogenized their characters at a certain point where it was like come on, like playing Dragon Ball Fighters,
Yeah.
like there's enough characters that are like very similar. You're like, is there really anything different?
No. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hang on. Now hang on. Dragon Ball Fighters is very different. Everybody plays different.
Fighters.
Fighters. You got to emphasize that zzz, but very different. But like, it's just early starting out. No one's very different. And really going through Super, I'm trying to think about it. No one's very different. It's just Vegeta. Vegeta has an arc. Gohan has an arc. Not in Super, but overall, those two guys are fleshed out a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's it.
See, I'm all about the magical girls, which leads me into a discussion about a series that I may have mentioned before. Have you ever heard of a series of anime called Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha?
I don't think so.
I need you to understand that this is a series that has been around for a long time, and I actually owned a PSP like arena battle game of these characters. So imagine magical girls, but if their weapons fired like world-ending, like Dragon Ball Z Kamehameha type stuff.
That's pretty cool.
So the first season is about like Nanoha and her rival Fate Testarossa, and Nanoha's got this wand and she shoots these massive blasts out of it, and she knows how to use it and all these things, and there's a story behind it, of course, but we're not getting at that right now. And Fate Testarossa is this other character that plays the antagonist in this series, and she has a giant freaking sword made out of magic power. Like, we're talking like her full-size body plus some extra. And these two are fighting, and they come to an understanding in the end. Then you get to the next season, Nanoha A's. And you get these other characters. There's like a little girl that has like a rocket-powered hammer with a point on it.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a knight with a sword and shield, and like I think there's a magician with a book. But you get these crazy, and the battles are just so Dragon Ball Z-esque. Like, do you see it there?
Yeah, I just looked up Fate Testarossa because Testarossa sounded familiar. Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha.
Yeah, and so Fate Testarossa to me is one of my favorite characters of all time in the anime. She's just such a great wonderful character design. I love her weapon. I love her character arc in the series. But more than this leads me into something I've wanted to talk about all night. But I'll hold off until we're done through the rest of it.
Yeah, one sec. So this looks like some action, like Dragon Ball Card Captor Sakura, because that's what she
Absolutely.
looks like. Is Card Captor
Absolutely.
Sakura?
Absolutely.
Whoa. Okay.
Like, Mom,
I'll.
I'm gonna find some clips for you, and I'm gonna send them along.
Yeah, I'm into that. Because you know what was really cool? So you watched Love Chunibyo and Other Delusions, right?
Yeah.
You saw it. So just those sequences where the Chunibyo was just at its peak, and the
Mm-hmm.
girls were just fighting in that Chunibyo state was just incredible. I would love to see something where it's just high fantasy like that, and just that'd be so great.
I
Just so
love
great.
that series. I adore that series. But for the friend that used to be the healer type, kind of like Chunibyo.
The one that recovered from Chunibyo.
Yeah, the one that's pretending to be like the perfect girl in the
Yeah,
series. Um, I love her because she is terrible and absolutely just grabs it and holds it. Like, she
yeah.
is a terrible person through the whole fucking series, and she's okay with it. She's like, I'm not going back. Uh, and
But then she has to.
yeah,
They have to keep
absolutely,
embracing the Chinibyo.
yeah.
It's I was going through Verve and they have the movie Take on Me, and they have another series called Heartthrob. And so I don't know if that was if that's actually what part 2 is called or not.
That's the second season.
Okay, where they brought in the pink-haired girl.
Yes,
Okay, so yeah, I saw Heartthrob. So I still
yeah.
only need to see the movie.
The movie's fantastic. I really like that series, dude. I straight up cried
Oh.
at the end of the first season
Oh yeah, yeah.
when was it Hinamori, the blonde haired pigtail girl?
Mhm.
Like, he's like, you need to stop, and she's like, I know it's fake, I
Yeah.
know it, but it doesn't matter. And whoo,
It was rough. That
oh
thing
my god,
fired on
that was
when it kicked on its cylinders, it was firing hard on all of
yeah,
it. It was good.
absolutely,
God.
absolutely. That scene where she's just pouring tears in the freaking ground of the train tracks. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
woo. It hurt me because, like, I get that. I get that position of, like, sometimes the world's fucking horrible at times.
Yeah.
So living in a little bit of a fantasy is not bad. It's actually the reason why we read comic books, we watch movies, we
Yeah.
do all these things. Like, that's the escape to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So it's kind of refreshing to watch a show like just viscerally put that in front of you. And god damn, did they get a great job on that one. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's good. I Part of me wishes for another season, and part of me I'm appreciative of what I have, and I don't want them to ruin it.
I I feel on that. Part of me wants more, but they after the first two seasons in the movie, they really kind of like
Oh,
it's
they
good.
capped it.
Like, they capped it. They
Okay.
capped it at that point.
Yeah, I need to
I
see
mean,
that
the only
movie
thing
then.
you're basically asking for at this point is an epilogue. So
Hmm.
it is what it is. I'm very happy with the results. Kyoto Animation freaking nailed it on
Mhm.
that. So I'm happy with that. So you let go of Sunday as was it Sunday Without God?
Yeah, we didn't even talk about your animes.
Oh God, dude.
We just went on a tangent.
I know it's a thing we do. This is the entire fucking podcast on
I know
these
you
kinds
don't
of
watch
things.
anime, so we can go ahead and skip it. We, no, no. What do you watch?
I checked out. Okay, so one of the things I did this week today was I checked out the first episode of a couple new series for the summer anime season. So I
Is it
checked out.
already summer season?
Yeah, Funimation already has the first episode of The Detective Is Already Dead,
That looked good.
and it is good. The
Ooh.
setup is really solid. The character chemistry is fantastic, and the animation is on point.
Mm.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing. but I also know what's kind of coming down the pipe with the story, and it's got my chest tight.
Nice.
Like it's in the title. It's
You may
tough.
want to see your doctor about asthma.
Like
Yeah.
I know I have acid reflux.
Oh, or Tums. You may want to get a
Yeah,
Tums.
I got those too. I got them in spades. Okay, so and the thing is, the initial episode of The Detective's Already Dead is an hour long. Yeah,
That's a good sign.
It's an hour long. It is good. It is worth the time to put
Last
in.
thing I saw like that was Rising a Shield Hero.
Yeah. Like I think this is gonna have the same kind of vibe, like epic vibe to it.
Hell
So
yeah.
I'm pumped for it, especially because of some of the things that are happening in it. And so good. Great character designs, character like voicing, just the whole all around. Really impressed with the first episode. Now, take that with a grain of salt. It is the first episode.
Yeah.
Now we get on to the other series, which I did one episode from Funimation, I did one episode from Crunchyroll. And the one from Crunchyroll I did was Girlfriend. Have you heard of this
Oh,
series?
I have, and I've saw a lot of mixed reviews about it because Crunchyroll would not stop promoting it. They are really counting on this one.
Okay, so I'm a big fan of the manga. Like I read the manga before I read anything else. And the thing is, like, have you ever heard of the series Aho Girl?
I don't think so.
Have you ever seen like I don't know if you ever saw a manga or anime for it. It's this stupid girl who has clearly has a thing for the main guy character, but she's an idiot and she loves bananas.
Oh,
And it's this whole series of just like over the top kind of slapstick comedy, where he's like, it's her again, and she's like, I love you so much, but I also love bananas, and like just really bizarre stuff like that. Well, it's the same creator in this case as girlfriend, and the premise is this guy, the main guy character, finally has confessed to his girlfriend, like she's become his girlfriend, and you find out that he's confessed to her every week since she was in elementary, and they're in high school now, and she finally accepted, and they kind of play off this thing where he's like very sincere and he has no shame whatsoever, and this other girl decides to confess to him and says she wants to go out with him, and he's like, but I already have a girlfriend, but I'm also in love with you and attracted to you. The only thing we can do is ask my girlfriend if I can date both of you at the same time.
Hell yeah.
And
that's how you handle that.
And he's so stupid. And the other girl is like, okay. And they go and then you go and they have this girl confess, like basically like they interact with the main girlfriend, and it's hilarious because the main girlfriend's like, oh, she's so cute. I need to love on her so much. And they go out and get to know each other, and then he tries to lay this on her, and she's like, no. Fucking no. And then the girl jumps in and is like, no, this is a thing we can do. This is the only way this will work. And she's like, no.
Come on, girl. Love is cursed by monogamy. Come on.
And he eventually gets her through, and they all end up living together in his house. And then it just devolves from there. And I don't want to run the series because a lot of what is valuable about it is the momentary kind of reactions and things that happen. So if I give away all the jokes, it kind of ruins the episode.
Yeah.
But the general gist is like this guy has a girlfriend, then he has another girl, so he asks to have another girlfriend. And as you can imagine within series like this, there's multiple girls. So when you see the opening song and there's 4 girls in there, and there's only 2 in the first episode, wait for the hijinks to ensue.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's a lot of fun. I definitely absolutely feel like it is better served as a manga. I like the series. I like the animation. I like their attempt at making this, but like a lot of it's kind of like that non sequitur kind of like deadpan humor.
Yeah,
that is really suited to manga.
Okay.
So I'd see middle of the road, middle of the road with girlfriend.
Hmm.
Top tier with the detective is already dead. And that's just based on first episode impressions. There's so multiple episodes ago.
So, oh, go ahead.
No. Ask me a question.
Well, I was trying to check my Verve while you were going to see what new animes are updated there. Because I wish I would have known it was already summer season, so I could start adding stuff to my queue. But I guess I don't really know how to navigate it still. I'm pretty new to Verve. I'm trying to wean my way off of Funimation because of how shitty the mobile app is. Honestly,
Oh,
it's got really poor user interface for most
it's
things.
so bad, isn't it?
Yeah, but Verve is great. I love it. It's so easy. I feel like I don't know if it's the servers that's the best thing about it, but I can normally watch anime without any kind of interruption. The only thing is that it doesn't have as many dubs,
Mm-hmm.
which I mean I'll make do with. There are enough dubs for me to work with, but I'm still getting used to finding out. But it's got all the exclusives, and that's kind of what I need.
Yeah.
Um, but I saw, what was it? I think I was going through Crunchyrolls, and I saw a couple anime I was actually looking for, like So What I'm a Spider, or I'm a Spider So What. What was it? They had, oh, where to go? I think it's called Tropical Rogue, or
That's Precure Tropical Rouge.
Rouge, yeah, and that one's so pretty. Like I always see snippets on there, and like everything's colored so bright and pretty. I like seeing that one.
Magical Girl Precure has been a series that's been around for like decades now.
Oh, really?
And each season there's like a new version of it, and it's its own thing. It is a traditional magical girl series
Hmm.
in most cases.
And then it's the usual montage of isekais.
Yeah,
So hard
yeah.
pass. But
I don't know what to say. I mean, it sells.
it it does. I was somewhere where I was talking to a bunch of people about anime, and everyone just kept talking to me about all the isekais. And I was like, guys, there's more. There's more to the
There's
world.
more to anime than isekais.
There's Senran Kagura, guys. Come on. There's Senran Kagura.
There's kind of the guy with jet girls, baby.
Got it. I need to watch that. I need to play that. I got it
You
on
need to
Steam
play
on
it. It's
sale.
actually remarkably fun.
Yeah. God, I need to do it.
Absolutely a blast. It's not a complex game, mind you.
Oh, that's a shame. I've been looking for a new racer since I reached God tier on Mario Kart. So I
Whatever.
need something new to get good at. And I'm not going to do a fighting game because I suck. But I think racing is my forte. I think is what it is.
Well, that's the thing with fighting games is like the rest of us have basically nailed on Guilty Gear.
I know. So it's too late for me. I got to wait for the next fighting game. And it only took a month.
Jesus, really?
Only took a month for everyone to master it. Oh, games. I don't really have any changes in my games. I'm still playing Third Dragon VFD Code anime game JRPG 78 for the DS. I got to my second dungeon in that. It's not too bad. It's just a lot of the same stuff, but um, I'm just unlocking more stuff to do in the game. So it's pretty cool. It just still plays well. And I'm in the second or third chapter for Scarlet Nexus, and that's still a blast. Still loving that.
I was gonna say, how's that progressing? Like, is it challenging or what?
Yeah, yeah. It's not as fluid as I would hope. So the challenge is being able to manage what you can with the tool you have, which is just kind of standing there and hoping you you don't get hit because you just don't react. Because like in Dark Souls or like in Bayonetta and stuff like that, where you can kind of dodge roll or you activate witch time because you do perfect dodges. You can kind of hit your button and it'll break your combo or it'll be part of your combo and it'll kind of keep things going at least. Or you just dodge roll out the way. But for this one, it is not it's not as fluid. So you have to kind of anticipate it and work it in or just break yourself away completely. But your
Okay.
combo doesn't matter. And that's what that's what I have to get used to, is that I am just attacking.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. Like I see it at the store, and I'm like, and I've seen gameplay, and I'm like, I really want to get into it. Um, maybe I'll just steal your copy when you're done.
I don't have a physical. It's on Steam. I
Oh,
got it on Steam.
you digital bitch, you.
I got to. I ain't got space for it. I showed you the picture of my desk. I ain't got no
You
space
can
for
literally
it.
see my video games behind me.
You can see behind me is a crib. Is
Oh, that's right.
baby
You have a
stuff.
baby now. Okay, all physical media is off the table at this point.
Yeah, I got nothing now. So all my stuff's digital.
So, look, I'm leaning that way too these days. There are
Yeah.
definitely some things I've picked up on digital recently that are. I just like I owned it. Like, was it Super Neptunia RPG? I picked up on Switch sale
Yeah.
recently. I also picked up. I also picked up Moero H Chronicle.
How was that?
It is a first-person dungeon crawler RPG.
I did see that.
There's its etchy
Ooh.
like flavor on its sleeve.
I didn't realize it was like that. I got what is it? It's like one with fairy tales and horror stuff in it that was for the Switch or for Nintendo games or Nintendo systems. Um, Bloody Mary? No, I don't remember. I got it for the Switch, and
Yeah.
it was cool, but it lost my attention when something else came out. I think Origami King came out, so I prioritized that.
This one is it's definitely it's about undressing monster girls. So let's just leave it.
Ooh,
I knew you would basically get extremely excited about that.
ooh,
You fight the legendary monster girls and regular monster girls and undress them at varying points.
and then you recruit them afterwards.
Absolutely.
Hell, it's a science. It's almost a science. um,
So for me, video game wise, I am all about Persona 5. I'm trying to finish that. I'm at Size Palace at this point.
that's
Um,
waifu.
I'm working
You're
my way
almost
through that.
done. You're almost
Yeah,
done, dude.
I'm not terribly far away from finishing the game, so I'm not stressing myself out. Because after that I have Fire Emblem Three Kingdom or Three Houses, sorry, Three Houses. I've played a lot of Dynasty Warriors, so the Three Kingdoms thing.
Yeah,
Um,
man. I think I'm done with Three Houses. I can't.
really? Did you
Yeah,
finish it though?
no. I think I'm checked out.
Really?
Yeah, I
Like you're
think.
gonna finish it for the book club?
Oh man, you're gonna guilt me.
I'm gonna guilt you. I'm gonna finish Persona 5, but I don't have to finish it, but I'm gonna finish it.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Like what turned you up? Like what made you go like I just don't want to play anymore?
I don't even know. I looked at it and I booted up my Switch and I saw that and I saw Valkyria Chronicles 4, which I started around the same time, and I was like, this is the strategy game I want to play.
See, that's my thing. I don't think you like traditional grid-based strategy games.
I don't think I do either.
Like you don't like Disgaea.
No, I don't.
You don't like Fire Emblem in this case in that sense.
Mm-mm.
Like you like the concept of Fire Emblem, but the actual like gameplay mechanics of it.
Yeah, I
I
think
feel
that's
like
what it is.
I think that's really what it is. Like if I gave you Front Mission 3, you'd be like, this concept where I have a tactical RPG based around mechs and a internet based like information kind of conspiracy. You're like, that sounds amazing, but in action, it's not for you. Like I
Yeah,
mean, that's the thing. I spent a lot of time on Front Mission 3, which is I think is one of the best games in the world, and it's not for everyone. It's dense and requires an immense amount of patience because you also collect parts from other things. So you only have to hurt them so much, and then you have to capture them in that same level. Can you imagine just doing tactical RPG and then trying to do that on top of it?
absolutely not.
Yeah, like
It's too much.
I see your face and you're like,
Yeah, no, I'll just play Pokemon. That's too much. So
What if you played a Pokemon Tactics game?
So there's Mystery Dungeon, and that is tactics to a point. It's
Mhm.
just a lot faster paced.
Right.
And I don't know if it's just because it's got the dressing I enjoy and love or what, but it's, I don't know. It's definitely just not the style I like. And like there's SD Gundam Generations Rays or something on Steam, and it goes on sale every once in a while, and I look at it just because Gundam is one of my favorites. But I was going through the reviews, and someone on there said, if you like if you like Fire Emblem Three Houses, then this tactical RPG is for you. And instantly I was like, oh no, let me not. And so I had to be careful, and I think I'm gonna watch some gameplay on it. But I don't know, it's just coming to terms, and like I know some games just aren't for me. Like I know farming sims, that's stuff that loses my interest very quick, or like kind of life sims. If it's just anything like that where I kind of have to wait around or kind of exist in a time, it doesn't keep me.
Oh yeah,
So,
that that's understandable. It's not for everybody. I love building things and kind of shaping things in my own fashion, and that is why I excel at those types of games. But more importantly, my girlfriend has been a part of a Facebook group called Stardew Valley After Dark, and she is really
ooh,
all of a sudden into Stardew. Apparently, they post like I don't know if you know this. There's Stardew like fan fiction, like erotic fan fiction.
and Stardew Valley,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
I don't even know what to say. They're just like they're Super Nintendo characters. What are they doing?
I want you to understand the level of thirst of some ladies out there and some guys, for that
Yeah,
matter.
I guess. I mean, sometimes I write Donkey Kong Country fanfic, so I don't know. I guess there's something for everybody.
To give you an example of some of the dialogue of this fan fiction, like I was actually shown, is was it one of the male characters tells a female main character is like, why don't we go ahead and skip the beach festival and I'll write a poem for you between your legs with my tongue.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot. Ooh, I think I'm a little damp. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I'm so sorry, but it's fantastic. I encourage anybody to join that group and just like enjoy what it is. Like,
Yeah.
don't join it if you're not a Stardew fan, or at least somebody that like can enjoy something it really is. But man, like these people are passionate, and I love it. I love that kind of fandom.
Yeah.
That rabidness is what I had when I was younger
Hmm.
for anime, and so I'm glad that there's a group of people out there doing that sort of thing. So boy, oh boy, I played too many games. Persona 5. Oh, I was working through Persona 5. Pretty much, I'm playing some Genshin updates. Not that big a deal. I haven't had a lot of time for it. Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear is where it's at right now. So we have that big gathering at the end of July with the friend group, the group chat, and there's multiple tournaments happening. And it's funny because we started out like it seemed like Smash was going to be the big deal, but you and I like really hyped everybody up for fucking Guilty Gear,
Oh
and now
yeah.
it seems to be the hottest shit. Like
Oh yeah.
I
Out of nowhere, this has become the shining star of the tournament. This Guilty Gear. It's unexpectedly so.
yeah.
So I don't know. Y'all better be ready. I mean, I'm not going to be ready for Guilty Gear, so that's all y'all. I got no part in that.
We
I appreciate it for the lore at this point. I am lore master of all, and
yeah,
I can tell y'all about all the characters, and I'll
because
just do that to
you got
distract you
into the
guys.
series pretty heavily, didn't you? Like you got the collection or whatever it was.
Yeah, I got the Steam collection of like 8 games for like $10 when they had that, and I keep trying to go through the first one because you have to beat it with Soul Bad Guy to unlock the true ending, and you fight through everyone, or yeah, so you fight the whole tournament, and then you have to fight Justice the Gear to get the true ending. But shit, it's hard.
All
It
right.
is intense. Actually, but you know
It's
what?
from the original PlayStation. Of course, it's hard.
Yeah. And so I kind of want to work my way through true endings in all the games. And I only spent like so many bucks each, so I'm okay with it being like a couple hours of playtime. I'm not worried about loss. I'll be all right.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I got other stuff to play to justify those means.
I love that it's taken us an hour and 10 minutes to get through basic conversation, the games we're playing, and the anime we're watching.
You're not going to believe this, but this may seem like I just called and bullshitted you for about an hour and 10 minutes, but this is an episode of the Senpai Kouhai podcast. You're being punked right now.
I definitely have like things to talk about, but I feel like we're kind of like just having a random conversation kind of night.
We keep trailing. We as we normally do.
Absolutely.
We tag along and just we ride. But I think we probably got a good natural stopping point here. And I think we could probably pick up for next time, get us something fresh for next week's episode.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I got some great stuff lined up already. I got some notes. I got something I'm going to hit you with.
Don't touch me. Okay. All right. Well, then, with that, guys, I think that's going to wrap up our episode. If you have any closing comments, Stephen?
Check out my wild attempts at trying out Twitter for the first time in 10 years.
That's right. We have the picture of the samurai from, what is this game? Third Dragon 3.
Seventh Dragon Code VFD.
What? It's the worst
you're playing title. I'm not even playing it. I know the title.
It's the worst title in all gaming. But you posted the samurai figure, and it looks good. So great. So great. But yeah, check that out. Check out our Twitter at Senko Podcast. At Twitter, or at Senko Podcast. With that, guys, you can check us out on Spotify, on iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and...
We are on Apple Podcasts, by the way.
Oh, good. And Apple Podcasts. God, I hate getting on Apple Podcasts. That is such a pain in the ass. But we did it. I hope that's not bad I say that. But all right, guys. With that, y'all have a great day, and we'll see y'all later.
Have a great night.